Well, it was a great week for Microsoft. Let's talk about it. Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. I want to thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate it when you do subscribe, so make sure you hit that button. Anyway, guys, before I start, let me say that I'm a Microsoft investor. That's right, I own stock in the company. So don't take anything that I say as legal or financial advice, or purchasing advice for that matter. But it has been a great week for Microsoft. Let me tell you this. Both the EU, and let me show you here what I'm talking about. Both the EU and the FTC has cleared the way, right, for the deal to go through pretty much. They made some concessions, right? The EU gave the nod, right? And the Microsoft Activision is looking more likely, as Yahoo reports. And of course, that's always good for the stock price. We had a rise of 1.66%. I mean, might not seem like a lot, but that's $4.18 on a $255 stock. Now, what the other good news that they have is that these two games are actually being well received by the public. Atomic Heart, guys, I've been playing this game. Let me tell you, I love the lore. It's right up my wheelhouse. If you like BioShocks, if you like those type of games, you're going to love this game. I give it an 8 out of 10. I just didn't like the puzzle mechanics of some features, the locks specifically. But other than that, I like the game. I like the hero, if you will, the protagonist. He's a little raw. There's a little Duke Nukem thrown in there. He's kind of an a-hole. Something a throwback to the 90s, type characters that we had. And I really like the storyline, man. The killer robots, the innuendo. It's really something that I am enjoying. I really am. You have horny robots. What do they call them? Robosexuals, the people that are messing around with the robots. And of course, we just had Wolong Fallen Dynasty revealed. And I want to play it. I haven't played it yet because I want to finish this game. I'm really, really into it, and I only get to play it a little bit. I just go on stretches like I played last night till like 1 a.m. Those times when you tell your wife you're going to sleep, you wait for her to go to sleep, and then you go back out and playing that. I was doing one of those, guys. And but overall, I think this is going to do well for the health of the company. Long term is what they're looking at. For Microsoft, what they care about right now, their long-term prospect, is to have everybody subscribe to the Game Pass, to the ultimate Game Pass, if you will, and have them be the leaders in video game content delivery, because they know that's where the future's at. If they can break strongly into the cell phone market with games that people want, if they can break into the PC market, right, and have this as an option for people who don't want to buy, AAA games every month. I mean, just look at what's happening now with these two games. These are two games that I wanted to buy, and I'm getting to try them out. Now, based on what I played of Atomic Heart, for example, if there was a collector's edition, would I buy it? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would buy it, right? If they had some sort of special package come out later, hopefully they're going to add to this game. I think they're seeing how well the game is being received. I think a lot of the market is turning on that single player experience, right? Because there's other games that multiplayers. I mean, let's face it, guys. Nothing is going to replace the multiplayer online microtransaction driven market. It's not. It's always going to be there because it's human nature to be competitive and try to outspend your opponents. It's just something that people naturally tend to do. People love to flex, and the more you can level up by purchasing things online in an online market, I mean, I think that is always going to exist, not only now, but in the future, when the NFTs and things like that eventually start coming in the market. And, I see Microsoft now being a long-term player. Will they get into VR? Will they get into other things? Yeah, if that becomes more popular. But right now, let me tell you, The whole goal of this company is to get you to subscribe to this service in any way that you can. They're trying to get into the Switch. They're trying to get into, into Sony, but Sony is just not going to let that happen. I am worried about Sony because, the future of consoles is finite. We can see it, right? We can see it coming. But where is it going after that? Like I said before, maybe Sony does smart TVs and that's the way they're going to deliver their content. That's the way they're going to deliver their video games in the future because they produce a lot of hardware. But for Microsoft, it's the software. And let's face it, guys, software is the most profitable thing. Microsoft has $1 trillion behind them. They can make things happen if they want to. And they have the ability to make big mistakes and then right the ship, right? Remember the Kinect. That's the advantage that bigger companies have, as opposed to smaller companies. When they make a mistake, they go out of business. A bigger company like Google, like a Microsoft, can take these missteps and not have them phase them in a huge way, at least to the investors, right? The market overall is down. But I think if you look at Microsoft's numbers this week, they ended the week, I think they were up 4%, something like $4 on a $255 stock. But I think this is really going to cement them for the next 10 to 12 years in the market, because they'll have, single IPs they can develop. Of course, they have to share them with others. They don't really care. Right? They don't really care as long as you subscribe. If you're a subscriber, you could probably get all the benefits that you would if you own the console. So, they will bend over backwards for people to subscribe, which is, I think, one of the reasons that this deal went through. Because, a lot of these people, especially smart business people, can see, wait a minute, they're not really focusing on the hardware. They don't care if they outsell the PlayStation as far as units sold. What they care is, do they have more subscriptions long term? Because as you know, hardware is a losing business. You're trying to make a console as good as a PC, but you can't, right? There's a reason PCs cost $2,000-$3,000, and there's a reason why a console costs $500. You have to, bridge that gap some sort of way, and the only way you can do it is by losing money on the console and making it on the software side of it. And Microsoft here is just saying, hey, we'll take all the software. You do as much hardware as you want. You keep on, losing money on every console, and we'll make money every month out of these subscriptions. I think long term, it's great for the health of the company. What do you guys think? Are you guys subscribing to Game Pass? I am, and I think it's a great value, especially this month. I've really enjoyed it, but again, I'm a shill, so don't believe anything that I say. Thank you guys for subscribing. Make sure you hit the like button. I see you. You're not hitting it, man. You need to hit it. You need to pound it. Thanks a lot. Take care.
New videos every week. Make sure you don't miss out and subscribe.